Hey guys, I'm not normally gonna do this, but I thought this was kind of funny, and there's a video of this woman. She's chastising one of three or four dudes that she's had kids with because he brought McDonald's for just his son. Now, before I get anywhere, this is a shitty situation for all parties involved. The dude who had to deal with this crazy bitch who got herself into this situation that she's in, and more importantly, and the most importantly, is her numerous children. And oof. So let's listen to what she has to say and then comment some shit on this.
So the whole world is basically bashing me right now because I'm the baby mama who was upset at her baby daddy because he only decided to give his child McDonald's and not the rest of my other three kids.
His child versus the other three kids. His child, one kid he's responsible for, which he's doing, versus the three other kids that she's responsible for all the time.
I have 4 kids. You knew the situation when you dated me. Our child is the youngest child.
Take a good look at what work went into getting her to be camera ready for this. Look at how much makeup and foundation is on her body, on her face. Look at it. That's not caked on. That's some time to get that shit on. Fancy nails, whether she did it or got them done herself. Whether she did it or got them done, who knows? From what I can see, they don't look very professional. They might actually be... I can't really tell. But look at the eyelashes, the eyebrows, the foundation, everything. She couldn't get McDonald's for... Like in the States, McDonald's isn't the same as it is here in Canada. It's a lot cheaper. Your dollar value menu is ridiculous. We do not have that. We have a double Big Mac, which I'm surprised you guys don't. The Americans is who I'm talking to. Anyways, so she's obviously spending money in the wrong places.
So keep that in mind before y'all make me the villain. That means all my other kids knew him. He was buying the McDonald's when we were together.
He was buying the McDonald's when they were together. Because you guys were together. Those kids are no longer his responsibility. They remain your responsibility. Those kids came from the seed of another person, and those other people should be responsible for that other half, not this guy. Again, if this dude was going to bring McDonald's to just his kid, he should have done it a little more secretively, like invite the kid to come with him and then go get the McDonald's. I'm not there. I don't know the whole plan. I don't know what obstacles that guy had to go through. But there was a way to get around this. I'm sorry for the pausing. I always hate it when people do it, and I am doing it. But anyways, let's keep going.
My kids have to go through a transition of our breakup as well. Like, yeah, me and you broke up, but my kids got to feel it too. So now my kids have to see only one of their siblings get McDonald's, and not the rest of them, and they...
So, the breakup is on the kids too. Yes, when you date, clearly this is something she doesn't do. You need to take into consideration that your kids could possibly and potentially get attached to whoever. So you need to be incredibly selective on who it is you date. Clearly she's reaching for an echelon that she cannot, and she cannot keep the person inside or in the relationship to stick around. So something's rotten in the state of Denmark somewhere. Now, she's not an ugly woman, so there must be some kind of personal problem. She's She's obviously some kind of mean-spirited, super selfish. Just look. She put out this video, and she thinks this is making her look good. This is making her look even stupider than before. She should have cut her losses, realize that she was wrong, and move on. Who the hell is going to side with this crazy bitch? You know who? People who want the handout. They want the handout. They don't want to earn anything. They don't want to be responsible. Before I had kids, I wanted to make sure I was in a career job and I had my driver's license. Two of those things I didn't have in my 20s. All right, I was still in school in my early 30s, not because I was because I was a dropout of sorts, and I collected myself and bettered myself, and now I'm working where I should have been 10 years ago. Well, I got there, but I didn't have kids. Now I got a license and a career. Actually, I got my job, my career job. The interview was the day after my son was born. And I got it, and thankfully. But, you know, like, before you have kids, you should be fucking prepared to sit there and chastise some other dude because he did, because he's not buying your other kids a meal, and then you're upset because the other kids, how they feel. You're trying to use your kids as an emotional stepping stool for you to feel better about the situation so you can feel right. Forget about being right. Make your situation right. Fuck who gives a shit who was right in that video. Either way, either one, you guys were both wrong, but you're more wrong. And this video is making it even worse.
They know it's coming from you because, of course, like me and you used to be together. They used to see you. You used to do it for them. But now you don't want to do that for them anymore.
Because he used to put it in one of your 3 holes. And you used to let him. I don't know how frequently or how nasty or how whatever. But there's no benefit. There's no togetherness. There's nothing for him to gain from doing it. Not that he's trying to punish the other kids. But he's not motivated to have to do that anymore. What do you do for him that, like, if you don't want the kids' custody, give him the custody. Do that. Okay. Do it that way. But I think you're enjoying the alimony checks.
Like, to me, that's petty.
Child support.
That's petty. Like, it's not fair. Like, you're not going to give one child McDonald's and not all the other kids
It's
McDonald's.
not petty.
Like, I'm not going. And then on top of that, you mean to tell me you can dib and dab and want to do it sometimes, but yet you can't feed all my other kids McDonald's, though?
How about you feed your kids McDonald's? Stop buying ridiculous makeup. Like, what was that? A truck of foundation on your face? Seriously.
That's what you mean to tell me? Like, I'm not going for that. I'm going to stand on what I said, and I don't care what everybody else have to say about it. Y'all could judge me. Oh, well, I could be the villain, but I said what I said. Like, if you can't bring everybody McDonald's, then can't nobody have McDonald's then.
The thing I love the most about this is the lack of education in the speaking English language department. Now, okay, very often I find myself also having a hard time stringing words together. It could be due to a lot of things, fatigue. You know, I do have children. I'm involved in my children's life. They don't just exist and I happen to be there. It could be because I'm doing a lot of training with the new girl and it's a bit much. But I'm sorry, lady. You need to get your house in order. If you're sitting there and a dude brings McDonald's for just one kid and you can't just pack up everybody and go get some more or have Uber Eats deliver it, you know, I know it's a little pricier and sometimes it's not worth it. But if you're so concerned about everybody else, then fix it. You can't fix it financially? Well, I think you need to cut your expenses. What car are you driving? Maybe it's time to downgrade. How much makeup do you buy? Maybe it's time to, fake eyelashes. Are they really necessary? You know, like, I splurge on myself once a month at Captain Quebec. But if we were falling on hard times, I'd cut that out. I would cut out Netflix. I'm cutting out the cable. Not because we're on hard times, but because I really don't use it. Hard times, baby. But I'm sorry, lady, you're wrong. You're the villain. In the situation, you're the more evil of all the evils. And ultimately, using your kids as a crutch to make it seem like you're right is very pathetic. My advice for you, and I mentioned it a few times already, get yourself and your house in order. If you can't afford this, or you can't afford having kids or whatever, look, what part of your life is so great? You have 4 kids, and I'm assuming each kid is either with one other guy or up to at least 3 different guys. Like, how proud of you are you? This is not a situation that anyone would want to find themselves in, and yet here you are bringing more attention to it. I'm sorry, lady. You need to fix this shit. I really don't know why it is you think it's perfectly okay to go on this way. I really don't get it. Like, I would be so embarrassed to go on TikTok or whatever garbage shit she used and tell everybody my financial situation, how I was too poor to get the rest of my kids food, how I was unfair that the father of one of my children was bringing food for just that one child. I would be embarrassed. And then to speak English so poorly on top of it. I mean, yeah, I live in Quebec, and there are French people here who attempt to speak English, and because of the education they got at school, their English isn't the greatest, but I still understand what they're saying. They're making an attempt. And when I speak French, it's almost the same thing, but the education I had was significantly better, so I learned it a lot better than they learned English. But it's because it's a second language. What's your excuse for the only language you know? Perpetuating stereotypes here. I'm sorry, lady, but if I were you, I'd keep myself out of the media, out of the social media, and get your life in order.